Welcome to the Benzinga Podcast, Episode 7. On this episode of the Benzinga Podcast, we have a special guest. He comes to us from the murky underworld of the penny stock universe. Feared by heartless penny stock promoters, loved by his fans, Timothy Sykes is here to bring us hope and teach us the ways of his tribe. He has a conversation with Benzinga's Jason Raznick.
Today on Benzinga's podcast, we have Timothy Sykes. Hello, Timothy.
Hey, how's it going, man?
Good. So this is Jason Raznick, and we wanted to talk to Tim about some of his new ventures. Tim is he's gone from taking his bar mitzvah money from around $12,000 to $2 million, and has several websites where he helps expose frauds, teaches people how to trade and make money. And Tim, will you just tell people who perhaps don't know about you, I don't know how that's possible, about what you do and what you're trying to do?
Yeah, so, when you hear somebody taking a few thousand, turning into a few million, you immediately think scam, and I've dealt with that ever since it happened. Unfortunately for those people, it's real. It's all real, and I have this, penny stock trading system, which is not, meant to make people rich, but it's meant to teach people how a real trader can literally turn a few thousand into a few million over a few years. And since I've been dealing with all these scam and, fraud accusations, and I blog like a madman, I write 3 blog posts a day, I just want to teach my strategy openly, and most importantly, I want to cut through all the BS because I do see there are a ton of other scams out there. So I recently just created Investimonials.com, which is kind of like a TripAdvisor for finance, where there's over 4,000 broker, newsletter, DVD, blog, website reviews, all finance related. And we're coming up on 5 months in business, and we're already hitting our 5,000th review, so it's gaining nice momentum. And then just this past weekend, I created Profitly, which is where people on Twitter can post their profits and their losses from their trades and their investments openly and honestly, and we're going to encourage honesty because, anybody could say, oh, I just made $1 million, and that's useless, and that's what the Twitter sphere in finance is. Everyone's lying about their trades, and I'm tired of these lies, and I want to find out who are the best traders and investors. So it's all about making this joke of an industry more transparent and finding, there are some real people. I know from experience that my gains are real. My strategy is real and replicable. So I should have the chance and I should have the opportunity to prove myself, and so should other real people.
And sites like StockTwits have, gained a following, and people often follow other people on StockTwits based or on Twitter based on if they have a lot of followers. So if they have a lot of followers, is that necessary precursor of good results? Do you use that as a metric to decide if you want to follow people who may be potentially a good trader?
I'm an investor in StockTwits, but I'm banned from the service because, I don't take crap from anybody, and if somebody's going to attack me, I'm going to attack them right back. So I'm not a community player. That said, I don't care about number of followers. Again, most people lose money in the stock market. 90% plus of traders lose money. So when someone who thinks that their full-time profession is to make money and they're actually losing money, do you think I really care about what they think? Do you really think that they know anything? If they're following 1,000 traders using academic study statistics, 900 of those traders absolutely stink. So if these guys stink personally, then their opinions are worthless. So number of followers is absolutely worthless. On top of that, you have all these frauds and scams that are trying to pretend to be real and trying to get credibility because most people do follow a lot of popular followers. It's really kind of complicated, but all these scams have lots of followers because if you're a scam, you're going to want to get the most followers as possible. You're going to want to put out the most misinformation out there, and that's what people do. So almost every single person with a ton of followers is a joke, is a lie. So followers does not matter. What matters It's the same old thing, whether they're making money, okay? There are some traders out there and some investors out there that do make money. I just want to find them, and we have to weed through all this BS to get there.
No, so it's been Profitly, which you just launched, I think this weekend, or actually on your show. You have a livestock show. I think it's 1 to 2 p.m. If you could give the listeners the domain so they can tune in this week and maybe see updates to Profitly. I think you mentioned that you updated the homepage. But this Profitly is designed to sort of bring those traders who, may post on Twitter, but, they want to show their actual results, but they can't. But Profitly is designed to eventually do that and make it seamless for users.
That's it. Right now, Profitly, you have to manually upload your trades and, your entry price, your exit price. But we're going to have so much data soon. In the first 3 days, we already have nearly 300 people that have signed up and posted their trades. Eventually, it'll all be automatic. You won't have to do anything because it's annoying to post every single detail. But for right now, everyone posts their details if you want. Like, think about it. I know better than most because since I'm a real trader who's really profitable, I know what a struggle it is to make people believe me. If I'm selling a newsletter, and a lot of people are, and I am too, I have Tim Alerts. I've got over 2,000 subscribers now. But it's been a battle to get those 2,000 subscribers. Let's say you're a trader and you don't even want a newsletter. Maybe you just want credibility. Maybe you just want to say, look, I'm real, I'm sick of all this BS, and I'm mad as hell, and I'm not going to take it anymore. So, you post your trades, you prove that your track record is good, and Profitly, we're building out so many functions and features where we're going to slice the data so you're going to see who is the best trader on a per-trade basis. You're going to see that's the beautiful thing about Twitter, and surprisingly, no one has done this before, where you can say, okay, this is the best trader in terms of money made or percent per trade, but you can use different time frames because once you have the entry date and the exit date, you can see who the best trader is over 1 day, over 3 days, over 7 days, and maybe a year or 2 years from now, you're going to be able to have statistics and say, wait a minute, this trader has made money 88% of the time over 7 days, but he's made money 10% of the time over 3 weeks. So it's probably good to, get ideas from him and follow him for maybe 7 days because that's his highest percentage overall. Not just, he makes money 66% of the time. That's useless. I want to find when is a trader good at because all traders are different. Some people excel in technology. Some people excel in short selling. We're going to find out who's the best at everything so that everybody who's following Profitly can see opportunities. That's what it comes down to, finding good quality opportunities.
Got it. And what's your hope? Like, are you slowly introducing these new features into Profitly, or are these just going to take time? Just like we'll talk about your other site, Investimonials, in a minute. But what's your, by June, August, do you have goals that you're trying to get for Profitly?
I have no goals. I am a one-man shop. I have several helpers. Michael Mosieri of Summersea Software is helping out with Profitly. We got Sam Ryan of, I don't even know his company name, helping out with Investimonials.
Was Michael a follower of your research as well? Is that how you met Michael?
This is the beautiful thing about my business, and this is what I want others to understand, that since I have a newsletter with 2,000 people, and since I am a real profitable trader, I am number one out of 45,000 on Covestor, I have helped thousands of people. And these people are very, gracious. They're very grateful that someone real is cutting through all the BS. So every single person who works for me or is a consultant or does favors for me, they're all my subscribers. They've all made money on trading. Like, I can't pay them enough to match for their trading gains. Sam Ryan, who developed Investimonials, single-handedly, he made over $50,000 with my trades in 3 months. He sent me an email. He's like, you know what? I love your stuff. I love your attitude. I want to help out. I want to help grow, And that's what he did. And he started out with just a few projects, and then he basically took over Investimonials. This guy, Mike, he's a trader. He's made a little money on my trades, a few $1,000s. He just started. But he's like, I want to do more. So he actually designed this software for Tim Alerts where people can send out, where I send out instant messages, and people can get my trades via IM. Before, we never had that. This is a custom designed solution by him. and now he's designed Profitly. So it's good to do favors for other people. So this is what I want people to understand. On Twitter, traders and investors, you don't need to have a newsletter to want to share your real-time stuff. It's good to do good things for other people. This is the trader charity business, okay? And it doesn't even matter if you make the money. Not all traders are going to make money, obviously. But if you're just honest, it's amazing. You find people that are willing to help because they know that they're being attached to a good thing. And that's what it comes down to.
Now, what got you on this, not that it's an honesty kick or transparency, but a few years back, you had this thing with Trader Monthly, Randall Lane, where you guys had some disagreements. Is that, was that where you got, the idea of exposing frauds, or have you always done that? Is that what you did in your hedge fund back in the day when you were on Wall Street Warriors? What sort of was the genesis or the impetus to this, kind of transparency that you focus on?
Yeah, everything comes from experience. I was the number one ranked hedge fund manager 2003 to 2006, but it was in the short selling category, which very few people understand. So that didn't get me much credibility, but it did get me in Trader Monthly, and I was on CNBC. But Trader Monthly, created this whole tiff between us. I was supposed to cover their annual party for MSN Money. I had the video cameras all lined up. The day before the event, they say, "Sorry, Tim, you're not invited. We don't like you," because my hedge fund had lost 35%, and they said, "You know what? You're not good. You're not a good trader anymore." They failed to read the book that I sent them, Randall Lane, the editor-in-chief of Trader Monthly, before they went bankrupt, his second publishing bankruptcy, and he has a new book coming out this summer, so that should be interesting. Lane.
Did he interview you for the book?
No. I don't even know, if I'm going to be in it. But what's interesting is that, I sent in my book, An American Hedge Fund, explaining why I lost 35%. It wasn't because my trading was bad. It wasn't because of my TV show taking off. It was because I was invested in this one illiquid company, and I invested too large. I got away from my core trading strategy. It was my mistake. But he didn't read the book. He didn't do his research. He made assumptions saying, "Oh, Tim's on TV every day. He's not trading. That's why he's losing." And he made assumptions. And so that kind of got me into this whole mode where, look, if he just looked at the information honestly, he might have not gone to the press and, called me names. But he didn't. He made assumptions. And that's what too many people on Twitter do. That's what too many people in finance do. And it's just stupidity. There's no other word for it. It's blatant ignorance. And we need to combat that with good, solid information.